quan đến chủ đề này và đưa ra những cách giải quyết cho biện pháp này. Và xin mời nhóm 2 lên sân khấu.
So nowadays, Yuan has been at an alarming rate, and today Team 2 will come to the stage and give you guys a presentation about the context, the consequences, and they'll come up with a very creative solution. So please stay tuned and welcome to the stage Team 2!
Hello. My group is group 2, and our topic is juvenile crime, and our slogan is get high.
Get high.
Okay. And now I will introduce my team. First is me. My name is Năng. You can call me Lucas. You can call me Lucas. And I'm here with 6 other amazing people in my team. The first is Trang. She's 12 years old, the lovely little sister in my team. The next one is Hoạt, the handsome boy. Also, he is good at playing football. The next person in my team is Khôi, the smartest person. He always has good idea for our team. And the fourth person in my team is Billy, who will make the job and make another pupil feel happy is him. He is king of town. He comes from Saigon. Say something, Billy. Also, I often call him Bijan. And the next person is Quỳnh, the most beautiful girl in our team. But sometimes we really want to be more beautiful than her. And also Khôi want to be a girl. Yeah, of course, more beautiful. And the last one is Zan. She is our leader. I think she is the best at English in our team. Okay. Now Trang will talk to you about the context.
The rate of crime among adolescents is alarming, as you can see on the slide. Over 1,700 crimes were committed by over 25,000 children.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the reasons as why this crime are even happening. Okay, so as you see, our team has pointed out 3 main causes of this crimes. And the first one I'm going to talk about is peer pressure. So when teens reach the age between 12 and 18 years old, they often develop a desire to be more independent, and they want to stand out among their peers and social groups. So in order to do that, they try to do cool things, and that's how they involve themselves in dangerous behaviors. So the second reason is poverty, which is also the most concrete reasons to all crimes. So many poor children here in Vietnam, they don't have enough money to afford core necessities like food or clothes. So the only choice they have is violence. And yeah, I think that's one of the good reasons as well. Last but not least, life education, in our opinion, is the most important one in all of these reasons. So, in general, children that don't pay attention in class, they become ignorant in important aspects of life. And many schools in Vietnam, they offer lessons on teen involvement in gangs and dangerous behaviors. So if teens skip these classes and they don't pay attention, they won't know the importance and the consequences of crimes. And they'll just be stupid and do stupid things.
So with all of that being said, we came to a solution, and it is called the SHIELD project. We call it the SHIELD because we believe that the SHIELD is kind of something that you use it to protect yourself from other harmful and other threats, such as your enemies. And with that being said, I believe that the SHIELD that we are going to give the students is the SHIELD that will protect them from potential situations that may harm themselves or make themselves commit a crime. Coming to the format, we would love to introduce online and offline. Online will be Zoom conferences and Facebook online talk shows on Facebook, while offline will be talk shows and seminars like at schools, for example, secondary schools and high schools. And next up, we'll have Baby Chen. Let's have Quỳnh.
Hi guys, my name is Quỳnh, and now I talk about target audience. For our workshop, who age between 12 and 18 years old, because the age they like to express themselves, they easily fall into evil and don't distinguish whether what they are doing is right or wrong. So they are easily affected by the environment and commit some illegal action.
Hi, next I'll talk about the time and place of like workshop between criminal and the student in high school in Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. The time we go in is in a summer vacation.
Next, in our project, we have two goals. This is the first goal. First goal is first month. In first month, we must have 5 workshops to raise up the knowledge of teenagers. And next goal. Second goal is after 6 months successful, we must have offline workshop in 4 big cities of Vietnam. Is Ho Chi Minh City, Hanoi City, Da Nang City, and Nha Trang City.
And at the end of the day, we hope that our project will give you further information about how the juvenile crime works, how the effects could be, and our solution, the SHIELD project, will aim at reduce the crime rate right now at Vietnam. And that's it. That is our presentation. Thank you so much for listening. And yeah. Please 5-minute Q&A session. So please, if you have any questions, please raise your hand. Yes, I see hands.
So your presentation was great. It was very professional and all. But I just have a small questions in my mind. Earlier you said that one of the reasons to crime is poverty, and the solutions you suggested have nothing to do with it. And I just wonder if you have thought of or have any ideas in your mind to solve the problem of poor kids, like in the street, they just like robbing and stuff. Like, have you thought of that or not? I just wondering. I don't know. Did I talk too fast?
Okay, thank you so much for your question. I think it's a very interesting. And so basically, we all know that poverty is not something that we can solve immediately, but education is something that we can give them. And as much as they are educated, they are more acknowledged of the potential consequences that may occur when they commit a crime. And so we hope that in the worst case scenario, like when they are poor, they're living in a poor area, but they have they have awareness, then it is less likely for them to commit a crime because they do know that there's jail after their actions, and they know what's going to happen if they misbehave. So yes, that's basically what we are trying to give them. We're not solving poverty directly, but we use another alternative that we hope it could solve other issues that leads to juvenile crime, as we have mentioned.
May I rebut that point?
Yes, sure.
Sorry, but I think that you misunderstood some point. I wasn't talking about solving poverty directly, but telling the poor kids that crime is a bad thing. That's what I'm talking about. And you said that the way you solve it is that you come to school and giving lectures and stuff. But not every poor kid have the ability to go to school. How can you reach the information to the poor kids that aren't able to go to school?
Okay. Thank you for your question. But no more time, so no more question. Thank you. I know you. I know. No more question, right? No more time. Thank you. We will end.
You forgot about the judges. We have questions. Unless you deny to
maybe you are.
There's still time.
You are thinking wrong. I mean, no more time for question of
Audience.
the audience. Not for
anyone has any more questions?
Not for just.
Okay.
Your turn.
Okay. If there is no more questions from the audience, the panel of the judges would like to proceed. Okay, so I've got. Actually, I would like to follow up with the questions from the member of the audience, and I would like to ask you: do you have any data about how many children in Vietnam are not able to attend school? So is it actually nowadays in 2021, are there any children or are there any provinces in Vietnam that parents actually cannot send them to school? Because I think every country in the world really, unless it's affected by some trauma such as war, from like Syria or Yemen nowadays or South Africa, most kids, it's their natural right to go to school. So do you have any information about that?
So we're ready. I'm afraid that we don't have any specific information, but based on our knowledge, we believe that in most provinces and even small villages, there's at least one school for each place. But we think that in small mountain provinces, where the natives live in the mountains, there's none.
Okay, yeah, that's quite understandable in mountainous regions. Yeah, thank you. And my other question is, you at the beginning of your presentation, you included the information of 25,000 crimes committed by 17,000 children. So I would like to find out what was the time frame of those, and is it just narrowed to Vietnam?
The information was given in the year 2019, and yes, that information was based on Vietnam.
Okay, yes, that's fair enough. And my last question, I'd like to find out if you did any research of any juvenile detention centers, and if you did, do you have any information how many children are actually kept at detention centers?
May you repeat the question, please?
Yes, I'd like to find out if you find any information about juvenile detention centers, basically arrests. The children are kept under lock in their, like it's a prison for children, basically. Juvenile detention centers.
Yes, I do acknowledge about these centers, but actually in Vietnam these centers haven't worked really well, and we do not have much information about how these things work and how the outcomes would be, right? And therefore, I think that it would be more realistic for the students to have like a chat with and conversation centers with those who have been released back to our daily life and listen to their experience, so that they can like kind of indirectly experience something that would have bring a really strong influence on them if they commit a crime. You know?
Yes, I know what you mean, but